record to the cloud. All right, well, hello everyone. My name is Dawn Lofton from Om Home Shala, and I would like to thank the Parkinson's Foundation for this generous community grant, which has allowed us to offer these different integrated approaches to managing Parkinson's disease um, through diverse therapeutic purposes, which is some asana, some movement, also pranayama, which is breathing, and then yoga nidra, which is sleep with a slight trace of awareness. And all of this can help us manage things such as tremors, anxiety, depression, cognitive impairment, and it can also help us to sleep a little better. So just expect the yoga postures to stretch the muscles and to help with overall joint health, and the breath control just to stimulate our energetic channels in the body. And yoga nidra, which is sleep with a slight trace of awareness. So the whole idea is that you remain aware. The mind and body will sleep, but awareness remains aware. Great. So without further ado, welcome Val, and I think we'll get started. So just wherever you're at, seated, just sit in a comfortable position. So both of your feet are firmly grounded on the floor, and just feel the connection to the earth. And just take a moment to connect with the breath. Give yourself permission to let everything go that you were doing before you came to class today. And just enter this practice with an opened mind and just be open to healing. Oh, and Tom is here too. Welcome. All right, so we're going to start with just a comfortable, gentle neck stretch. So just go ahead and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then just bring your hand up to the side of the head and gently drop that right ear towards the right shoulder, and feel that stretch in all those muscles there along the neck. Maybe you can even feel them partially here in the shoulder. So we're just stretching out these muscles. Good. And then gently release and bring your head back to center. And we'll do the other side. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Take your hand, gently place it on the side of your head. And again, you're just feeling that stretch along the scalene muscles here. 3 inhales and exhales. Just letting go of any of that tension that might be there in the neck. Then go ahead and slowly and gently release. And now we'll just do some neck twists. So take an inhale and then exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, looking over the left, and just notice your range of motion without judging it. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Exhaling, looking over the opposite shoulder. Maybe one side is a little more sticky than the other. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Be sure you keep your shoulders relaxed and your spine is straight. Inhale back to center. And exhale, looking over your shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And just become aware of any sensation that you may have in the neck. And so now we're just going to do some exercises for the joints in our hands and our wrists, just to lubricate the joints here. It'll help us with handwriting and dexterity, and if you have any arthritis. So we're going to do a hand clench. So sit up nice and tall in your chair and stretch the arms out in front of you, shoulder height. And then you're going to inhale and you're going to open the hands wide, spreading the fingers nice and wide, and then exhale, close them into a tight fist. So I'll show you this way. Inhaling, open the fingers nice and wide, and then exhale into a tight fist. Inhaling, open them wide, and exhale, tight fist. And you can play with the thumb if you want it on the outside or the inside. Inhaling and exhaling. Do that again. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Then you might want to just shake your hands out. And now we're just going to work with the wrists. So you're just going to make a loose fist. And we're going to actually this time tuck in the thumb. And the arms will be straight again. And we're going to start to rotate just the wrists clockwise. So not moving the arms, just moving the wrists. Good. So just lubricating the wrists. Good. Go 10 times in that direction. And then we'll come back. We'll stop. And we'll go 10 times counterclockwise. At 9 and 10. Good. And just shake the wrists out. And we're just going to do some seated chair circles, shoulder circles. So let's put our fingertips on top of our shoulders and lift our forearms. So we have like a T formation here. So your elbows are going straight out from your side body. And now we're going to make circles with our elbows. I'll do this 10 times. I'll call that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll reverse it. We'll go the opposite direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just notice your range of motion. Call this 8, 9, and 10. Woo. You might just want to roll those shoulders out a little bit. Good job. All right, so now we're going to bring our hands in front, interlace the fingers together, and we're going to push them out. So our thumbs are down. Really open up all the palms of the hands here. And then you can either stay here, or if it's comfortable for you, you can raise your arms overhead and then release the arms, bring your elbows next to the body, and then just inhale and look up. Good. Go ahead, bring those hands back together, interlace the fingers, push them away. You can either stay here or you can bring the arms up, release, bring the elbows next to the side body. And then on your next inhalation, just do a baby back bend. So the side view would just look a little bit like this, lifting the chest. Good. We'll do that one more time. Hands come together, interlace the fingers. Push away. Bring the arms overhead. Release into cactus. The elbows come down close to the body and a little baby arch in the back. Just opening up the chest, making space in the chest for the heart and the lungs. Good. And you can just place your hands back on top of your thighs. So it's really important that we open up the chest, because if we hunch and we sit like this, all of our internal organs get all crunched up, and it's not the best for them. So we just definitely want to open them up. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, you can either practice this seated or standing. So I'm just going to stand up. I'm going to step back a little bit. Good. So I'm standing in mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. So if you're seated, just have your feet firmly planted on the floor. Then stand up or sit up nice and tall. So draw your shoulders back behind you, like you're creating some back cleavage. Okay. And now we're just gently going to start to swing the arms. Just swing the arms. Just feel the range of motion in the arms and the shoulders. And now we're going to bring a bend to the elbow. So we're going to bend the elbow. And I'll do a side profile so you can see that. Working on the elbows a little bit, elbow joints a little bit. Good. And then just let the arms hang down beside you. And we're going to do empty coat sleeves. So if you're sitting or standing, bring your feet a little wider than your hips, not a lot. So if you're seated, you're going to have to just be a little bit more creative with this. Standing, you're just going to start to twist here. And it's like you have empty coat sleeves. And there you're twisting, and you're coming up on the ball of your foot, working out the ankles and the feet and the toes. If you're seated, you're just going to twist at the waist. Let the arms move by the side. You can even allow your hands to tap your buttocks and your hips as you twist. Good. And then just slow that down a little bit. And then just shake, 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 shake everything out. And now we're going to come down. If you're standing, you're going to come down to seated. I'm going to adjust my screen a little bit. So we're going to do just a little gentle twist here. Nothing too dramatic. All right. So again, your feet are hip distance apart. You're sitting up nice and tall, and you're more forward on the chair. And we're going to take our right hand behind us, and I'm just going to hold the back of the chair. And then the left hand's going to come to the right knee. I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to feel like the crown of my head is being lifted by a string. And then exhale, and I'm going to twist towards the right. With every inhalation, I'm going to feel like I'm getting a little taller. The crown is moving up towards the sky. And with every exhalation, I'm going to twist just a little bit more, drawing the navel to the back body. So it's a very active pose. It doesn't look like we're doing much, but really we are. We're inhaling, we're getting taller, we're exhaling, and we're twisting. So this is a great practice for our internal organs, wringing out all the organs. And then when we untwist, so on your next inhalation, come back to center, all that fresh blood rushes into your internal organs. So go ahead and take a nice big belly breath here to release the diaphragm. Good. And then we'll do the other side. So we'll bring the left hand behind us, put the right hand on the left knee. Inhale, get really tall. And then exhale, twist to the left. Good. Every inhalation, get a little taller. And every exhalation, twist a little bit more from the navel center. We're inhaling, getting tall, exhaling, twisting. Take one more inhale and exhale here. And come back to the center and take a nice diaphragmatic belly breath. Good. So I'm going to do some hip rotations. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. So we can do it seated and we can do it standing as well. If we're seated, we're going to have our feet hip distance apart. And we're going to go ahead, if you're able to, raise your left leg. It's bent. And I'm going to put my hands underneath the thigh. And I'm just going to start to make rotations with the leg. So it feels really good on my hip. And we can go in both directions. And if you choose to do this standing, you may need a chair for support, for balance, or a wall. You can go ahead and bring your center of your nose over your middle toe for some balance. Go ahead and lift the leg up and start to do rotations like this. Wherever you're at, it's perfect for you today. We'll do 8 times in one direction and then 8 times in the opposite direction. So keep on moving like that. I'm just gonna be sure everybody's on mute. Here we go. All right. And then we'll do the other side. So if you're seated, again, put that right foot down and then lift the opposite leg. And if you're standing, go ahead and bring your nose right over your middle toe. That'll help you with your balance and your center of gravity. And then lift the knee up and then just start to make nice rotations. As small or big as you like, whatever feels good. This is always something really wonderful to do for your hips if you've been sitting all day or driving in a car. And then after 8 times in one direction, go ahead and go then opposite direction. Then when we finish, you might want to kind of shake out those hips a little bit, shake out the legs. Good. And we're going to come down to seated. And I'm going to bring my chair back over here so I can see all your pretty faces. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. So go ahead and come to a seated position. Again, your feet are hip distance apart. And have your feet firmly grounded on the floor so you feel a connection to the earth. So we're going to practice a mudra. Okay, so if you're not familiar with what a mudra is just like a gesture. It can be something as simple as like a peace sign. It can be a mudra with the face. Think of the Jews davening to the wall in Jerusalem. That's a mudra. And what Mudras do is it just changes the energetic circuitry in the body. So we're going to practice a mudra that is specific for Parkinson's disease. It's called the Vayu mudra. Vayu is just means like air, and it's a mudra or a gesture for pain relief. And it is practiced just with the left hand. So I'm going to put up my left hand and I'm going to bend my index finger. And then I'm going to take my thumb and just press it on the back of the finger. Okay, now if this seems a little difficult, or the hand won't stay like this, you can take the other hand and just hold it. You can even wrap it with a scarf. And then you can just go ahead and just place that on top of your thigh. So when practicing this in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga, it's a science of self-healing. Mudras are to be practiced 3 times a day for like 3 minutes in the morning, noon, and after and in the evening, because that's how long the circuitry will stay um, going in the direction you want it to go. So by bending this finger, you're reducing the amount of air. Okay, anytime you bend it, it's to reduce. So now we're just going to practice the 5 qualities of our breath. And we're just going to check in and see what we brought to our practice today without judging, making any kind of judgments. We're just going to witness. So, first of all, just notice your breath. You can even close your eyes if it helps you. And notice where the breath is. Is it only in the upper chest? Is it in the middle chest? Or is it in the belly? So just notice where the breath is. And again, without any judgment. Now, number 2, just notice if the breath is a continuous flow of inhale and exhale, or if there are any pauses or stops in the breath. Again, you're just noticing and witnessing without judging. Now, for the little bit more trickier part, notice the tempo of your breath. Notice if your inhales are longer than your exhales, or vice versa. We'll spend just a little bit more time on this. You can even silently count to yourself as you inhale. As you begin your inhale, you can silently count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And then when you reach the top of that inhale, as you exhale, do the same thing. And again, you're not judging, you're just seeing what you brought to your practice today. Now notice if there is any sound to the breath, if there's any wheezing or gasping, any noise at all, or if it is silent. And then notice if the breath is choppy, rough, or if it is smooth. Again, No judgment, just checking in. Right? So that's the five qualities of our breath. So it's always nice to know what our breath is doing because our breath can make us anxious or it can make us relaxed. So now we're going to practice some pranayama, which is breath control. So I know I have some new folks here. So if you're not familiar with this, again, just have an open mind, do the best you can. And remember, everybody's tempo of their breath is a little bit different. So just trust your own breath. So we're going to start first with something called Ujjayi breath, otherwise known as victorious breath. And you're going to sit nice and tall. Again, have your feet grounded, pull your shoulder blades down your back, keeping the neck nice and long. And you're going to inhale through your nose with a slight constriction of the throat. And you'll exhale through your nose too with a slight constriction of the throat. So we'll take three breaths like this. Inhaling through the nose, a slight constriction of the throat, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. Exhaling the same way. One more time. Good. And now we're going to practice piercing the moon breath, where we always inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. So this is a very calming breath. So think of the moon, the feminine energy, calm, still, quiet. So again, this is where everyone's breath is at a different tempo. So I'm just guiding you. So trust your own breath. We're going to take 5 moon breaths. So you can just gently close the right nostril, inhale through the left. When you're ready, close the left, exhale right. When you're ready, close the right, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And last time, inhaling left. You can even imagine or see or sense the full moon underneath the left nostril. And then when you're ready, exhale right. And then go ahead and take 3 more Ujjayi breaths here, breathing from the base of your throat, like a slight constriction of your throat. Feel the breath, the back of the throat. And now we'll take 5 piercing the sun breaths, where we always inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. So the sun, that's the very active part of us. So again, at your own pace, I'm just a guide. So gently, lightly close the left nostril, inhale right. When you're ready, close the right, exhale left. Close the left, inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Close the left, inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Go ahead and take two more breaths like that on your own. Inhaling right, exhaling left. And you can even imagine the sun underneath that right nostril, full rays of the sun traveling up the right nostril. And when you've finished, we'll conclude with 3 ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of the throat. Slight constriction of your throat, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. And when you finish, just take a moment just to sit there, just for a moment, and feel the effects of that pranayama. Maybe your thoughts have subsided just a little bit. Maybe there's more space between your thoughts. So we've warmed the body up. We have done our pranayama practice, which is to prepare our body for a lovely yoga nidra, again, which is sleep with a slight trace of awareness. Mind and body may sleep, but awareness remains aware. So I'll give everyone just a minute or two to find their space for yoga nidra. And again, that can be seated in a chair, a recliner. You can be on the floor, your bed, a yoga mat, wherever you can be comfortable. And if you feel as though you may fall into an unconscious sleep, which is very common if you haven't practiced this before, you can bend your forearm so it's vertical. So if you start to drift off, the movement of the forearm will alert you and wake you up. So go ahead and just settle in and give yourself permission to relax. I promise whatever you were doing before you came to class will be there waiting for you when you're done. So just allow your body to open to earth. Bring your shoulder blades behind you and down your back. Open up your feet a little wider than your hips. Soften the eyes, the jaw, and the tongue. And just become aware of the body breathing. Just simple awareness of the rise and fall of the abdomen. And now begins the practice of Yoga Nidra. Now, please just observe how your mind perceives sound. Just observe your mind perceiving sound and the various layers of sound. You are aware of listening to sound. Now feel a sense of pulling away from having to judge the sound that you hear. All of those sounds remain where they're at, but you begin to move inward. Allow the sounds to drift further and further into the distance. And you moving from the outer world to the inner world, falling into the distance. Sense sounds becoming increasingly distant. Now, please become aware of sensation, awareness of sensation, and allow sensation to move inward. And initially, we are drawn to sensations that are familiar. Gradually become aware of those sensations that are unique, less familiar. Become aware of the unique sensations of constriction, restriction, grasping, or holding. And then have the intention to let them go. It's the body becoming heavier and the mind more present. The body opening to earth and no holding. And just settle in and relax into this space. And with every exhalation, have the intention to relax more completely. With every exhalation, have the intention to relax more completely. And sense a nurturing tone inside and outside of the body, and the inner and the outer space of the room your body occupies. Let go of all holding and release all contraction. Now turn your attention to the injury, the illness, or the physical pain that you wish to heal. Become aware of what it is you want to transform. Become conscious of it without becoming identified with it. Just see it and be aware of it. Now become aware of the sensations, the thoughts, or the stories that the mind spins rising out of this observation. Allow these sensations to expand. You are the witness observing these changes. Now see, sense, or feel this very thing that you wish to transform as manifested into an image or a symbol. Relax. And clear all the images or thoughts from the screen of the mind and return to the breath. Return to the effortless flow of the breath. Allow the body to open. Observe the body breathing and sense the breath returning to the perfect rhythm at this moment, at this time. Be aware of the inhalation transforming into exhalation and the exhalation transitioning into inhalation. Complete effortlessness. Return to the part of you that is always at rest and always at peace. Return to spacious awareness. As you relax more completely, sense your heels being pulled to the earth, calves being pulled down to the center of the planet. The thighs are letting go, the hips are heavy, the lower back softens, and all the internal organs sink towards the spine. Both arms become heavy, and sense the weight or the density in the palms of the hands. The chest softens, the jaw relaxes, and the upper and the lower rows of teeth separate. The tongue widens, and even the inner ear relaxes. The whole body is open to earth, and the breath flows effortlessly throughout the body. Spacious awareness and the breath. Now we're going to practice 31 points. So just listen to my words and allow them to wash over you. Remember, Yoga Nidra is not so much about trying, it's about effortlessness. Please bring your awareness to the midbrain and relax. See or sense a healing and nurturing blue light. Throat center, same thing, healing and nurturing blue light. Awareness returns to the right shoulder joint, healing and nurturing blue light. Right elbow joint, healing and nurturing blue light. Center of the right wrist, blue light. Of the right thumb, tip of the right pointer finger, tip of the right middle finger. Relax. Tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right pinky finger. Awareness returns to the center of the right wrist, healing and nurturing blue light. Right elbow joint, healing light. Right shoulder joint, blue light. Throat center, Breath and awareness move here. Left shoulder joint, healing and nurturing blue light. Left elbow joint, nothing to do, blue light. Center of the left wrist, healing and nurturing blue light. Tip of the left thumb, of the left pointer finger, tip of the left middle finger, blue light. Of the left ring finger, tip of the left pinky finger. Awareness returns to the center of the left wrist. Center of the left elbow joint, healing and nurturing blue light. Left shoulder joint. You are the witness. Throat center, healing and nurturing blue light. Heart center, deep beneath the breastbone, healing and nurturing blue light. Center of the left chest or breast. Heart center, center of the right chest or breast. Heart center. Throat center, healing and nurturing blue light. Space between the eyebrows, healing and nurturing blue light. Presence, ease. Please bring your awareness to the effortless flow of the breath. Experience how the breath has changed. See, sense, or feel the body, the field of spaciousness. And the only thing occupying the body are the points of blue light and healing presence. The body's boundaries dissolve. Observe the body and the breath moving through pure space. The body moves through the sky, and the breath moves through space. The body sleeps, the mind sleeps, and you are infinite awareness. Awareness remains aware. Mind sleeps, body sleeps, awareness remains aware. Please bring your awareness back to the breath, body open, healing, resting. And from the seat of the witness or the observer, this healing presence wishes to expand and to know itself. Allow your essence to express itself as a healing force. Become aware of your innate capacity to heal. Allow it to express itself as a healing force. And be aware the more you relax, the more your healing capacity intensifies. Become aware of the unique sensations related to your innate healing response. Be open and allow a healing symbol or image to be revealed. Become the image and simultaneously aware of the effortless flow of the breath. You become the image, and the image becomes you. You are effortless awareness. Now, please let go completely beyond all form and concept. The breath flows effortlessly. The body and the mind sleep. Awareness remains aware. Please begin to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And maybe even move your head from side to side. If you're lying down, you can roll to your side and just pause there for a moment. There's no rush. And if you're on your side, you can take your top hand and bring it in front of you and push yourself up to an upright seated position. We can bring our palms of our hands together and rub them, create some heat between our hands, and then place them over our eyes. And on the next inhalation, open your eyes into the palms of your hands. And when you feel as though your senses have been reactivated, you can move back out into the world. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete.